July 22nd, 1934 is an important day in criminal history. John Dimminger's blood spills for a final time, and the first successful prison break of the Texas death house occurs, right as the Humboldt Oilers beat the Bulls Tigers 5-1 in Texas. First, the convicts. Blackie Thompson is now remembered for his alleged part in the Osage murders, thanks to a 2023 Martin Scorsese film called Killers of the Flower Moon. But he was sentenced to death in Huntsville for his part in the robbery of the Marlin State Bank of $41,000. Whitey Walker was serving a life sentence for the same crime, but had also killed a man in Waco, Texas, in the south part of Lubbock County. Charlie Frazier had previously killed a guard in the Louisiana State Penitentiary during his escape from there, and was serving a life sentence for robberies and other related crimes. Joe Palmer and Raymond Hamilton were in the death house for their involvement in the murder of Joe Croson, who was an Eastham High rider on the shotgun line. Murders happened during Clyde Barrow's famous break-in on January 16th of the same year. Not pictured is Roy Johnson, who was serving a life sentence for several Oklahoma and Texas robberies. July 22nd, 1934 was a hot day all around. There was a convict league baseball game going on to the east of the main compound. Most of the prisoners and several notable Texan prison officials were watching the game. Soon after 4 p.m., detail guard Lee Brazel opened the door to the death row cells in order to serve dinner. Charlie Frazier stuck a gun in Brazel's side by the door and threw Brazel in a cell, relieving the guard of his keys. Blackie Thompson was the first one to be released, followed by Hamilton and then Palmer. Whitey Walker and Roy Johnson followed and made their way to the south part of the cells. They raced down to the southwest part of the yard where vehicles were supposed to be waiting over the walls. The 6 convicts encountered guard W. G. McConnell, who can do little but obey orders given by the escapees, as he and Brazel are not allowed to carry firearms due to prison regulations. Hub Stanley also joins the men, and Hamilton holds a smuggled gun to McConnell, forcing him to let them go by and not stop them. They get to the number 6 picket and encounter an armed guard who stands by, as he has been told not to fire or else McConnell dies. Ladder is taken from the carpenter shop and leaned against the south wall facing 13th Street. At this point, Frazier shouts, "All you fellas sentenced to the chair. Get on over, I'll join y'all later." Hamilton goes over the wall first. Frazier shoots another guard named H.D. George. Whitey Walker is engaged in a fight 100 yards away from the ladder and is shot dead. Joe Palmer runs for the ladder and also starts shooting at George. Thompson makes it over the ladder, but Frazier and Johnson are still not over the walls. Frazier is shot by George in a return shot, knocking the ladder over. Another convict helps Frazier, but he is shot again and can't get up. Stanley is hiding behind a woodpile while all this shooting is going on. Last convict, Roy Johnson, is slightly wounded and surrenders. Out of 7 men, 3 make the escape, 1 is dead, 2 are wounded, and another man surrenders without a fight. Time is 4:20 p.m. 5:30, the death row trio is well on their way and is spotted headed towards Bryan on a rural highway southwest of Madisonville. The cars are spotted again, headed towards Martin and Waco. It will be at least till August before any of the escapees are caught. 2 days later, on July 24th, prison manager Lee Simmons testifies before the prison board and tells of his habits regarding the death house prisoners on normal Sundays. Of course, this Sunday was anything but normal. At the end of the months-long investigation, guards McConnell and Brazel are absolved of wrongdoing. Another guard is found guilty of taking a $1,600 bribe and smuggling in the pistols used. Joe Palmer is the first one to be caught. He is found in Paducah, Kentucky in August and is once again sentenced to die. Blackie Thompson meets his fate in the ditch on Route 66 east of Amarillo on December 6, 1934, and he's shot to death by pursuing law enforcement. Ray Hamilton is the last one to be captured on April 5, 1935 in the Fort Worth rail yard. He surrenders without a fight. Both Palmer and Hamilton are executed on May 10, 1935, shortly after 12 p.m. Executions are still done in the Huntsville Penitentiary, but death row inmates are now held at the Allen B. Polunsky Unit in Livingston, Texas, 31.6 miles as the crow flies from the Huntsville Unit. Music for today's video comes from the late great Brother Dege of Louisiana. Through his son and his bandmates, I have received permission to use this music. Books for reference are Depression Desperado, The Chronicle of Raymond Hamilton by Sid Underwood, as well as several newspaper clippings here by Elaine Carbone and the Lubbock Public Library. Thank you all for watching.